Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and welcome if you are new here. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. So today's video, of course, we are going autumnal / fall, whatever you call it. You know I love autumn, I love autumnal makeup looks, and I went all out today with warm tones on the eyes, on the cheeks, on the lips. So I really hope you guys liked it. We're just going to get straight onto the video, so if you want to see how I got this look right here, then just keep on watching. Please excuse my jumper. I got it so dirty when I was filming because I had it all over my hand and then I kept pulling it back. So yeah, please ignore that. But yeah, I'm not going to change it just for the intro. So the first colour I'm going to go in with is the lightest shade in the palette. And we're going to run that through the natural crease of the eye using a big fluffy brush. And you don't have to be neat with this, you just want to get it through the natural crease all the way from the inner to outer corner. So this is basically our transition colour, and it's just going to help our darker colours blend a little bit easier later on. And you just want to repeat that step a couple times just to ensure you've got enough colour payoff, and it will just help to deepen it up the more you kind of layer it and the smoother it looks. So just kind of wiggle it in circular motions and back and forth motions. Sorry guys, unfortunately these don't have names on them. I don't know if it ever had a name sheet over it. This is quite an old Morphe palette, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'll point to them in hopes that you kind of know which one I'm using. Sorry, I've got such an itchy nose. So the one that I'm going to go in with is just the shade right underneath the lighter one that we just used, and I'm going to use that on a Spectrum B07. So this is slightly more tapered, so it will just help get the colour a little bit more precisely in the crease. So I'm just tilting my head back slightly and looking into my mirror kind of a little bit below the chin, so that way I can see exactly where my crease is. And I'm just going to work that in the natural crease of the eye just to deepen it up a little bit further. And once you've got it in the crease, you can just take it up a little bit higher and just blend the edge to ensure it's nice and seamless. And then once I get to the end of the eye, I'm barely touching my skin, and I'm just lightly kind of blending in circular motions, just very lightly to kind of softly diffuse that edge. I'm going to warm it up a little bit further with the more red tone in the palette. So I'm going to stick with the same exact brush as before. So the question is, do we use shimmer or do we keep it all matte? I really don't know. I feel like I'm just really into more matte at the moment, but I'm not sure. Sorry if you can hear Josh, he's watching football downstairs. I love the passion. Again, with that colour, you can layer it up and just go in a second time just to re-intensify that reddy colour. Then lastly, for the crease, we're going to deepen it up even further with, I'm just going to kind of mix the two browns together, but mainly go in with this one here, which is kind of like a burgundy brown. And I'm using a slightly smaller brush now just to, again, make sure that the blend is a little bit more precise. And just wiggle it in that outer corner. And I'm also using the side of the brush to kind of pat the colour on there, just to really intensify it. And then once I've got the colour on the outer corner, I'm just going to blend it through the crease. Then if you feel like you've lost a little bit of your transition colour, you can go back in over the edges with a clean brush. What I might actually do is go in with more of the orangey tone, because I feel like I want the look to be a little bit warmer, kind of running through the edge. So I'm going to take a clean brush and just dip it into the orange just ever so slightly. Don't want to add too much, so just tap off the excess onto your hand and just really like get the pigment in that brush, because we don't want to apply too much. We just want it to be kind of like a veil of colour going through the crease. And then just ever so slightly run it over the edge. And that would just give just a slightly more, and that would just give it a little bit more warmth. And again, I'm holding my brush at the very end, so that way your movement is just a lot looser and you don't have too much pressure. And then just lightly run it over that edge, so you're barely touching the skin, you're just tickling the skin. And just run it over that edge. So you can just see it's just added a very light kind of hue of orange. I think I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all out and I'm going to go in with shimmer. So I've just been testing it on my hand. So what I'm going to do first, you guys have seen me do this a few times now, but I'm going to go in with the P. Louise base in PRIMA 3 and a flat shader brush. So this brush, you can see, isn't completely flat, like it's not like your typical concealer brush. So this is just going to ensure that the line isn't too, like, we're not doing a cut crease, it's just going to make sure it's not too defined basically. You can obviously go in with like a really sharp definer brush, but I don't want to create a cut crease. I'm kind of just mapping out and making my lid appear a little bit bigger. So what I tend to do is just pat it on my lid and then slightly above my natural crease, and that just gives the appearance of a larger lid, and it just cleans up that area and preps it for the shimmer, and it will also act as an adhesive for your shimmer as well, so it will just make the shimmer stand out even more. So just so I can show you, if I was just to put it on my natural lid where the crease is, it just makes that area look kind of like small. I mean, you know, I used to do that, there's nothing wrong with it, but because my top lid folds down slightly, so when I look straight ahead, the top of my crease is slightly hooded, so it kind of falls down on top of it. So if I do that, you can see that the colour that I just put down, the P. Louise base, actually transfers. So if I was just to put the shimmer there and then have my eyes looking normal and relaxed, the shimmer will transfer up there anyway. So that is the reason why I take it up higher. So if you have a similar eye shape to me, or you've got hooded eyes, then what you can do is this trick where you actually take it up slightly higher, kind of to where it actually transferred. Just pat it. And you can see instantly it just makes that lid area appear slightly larger. And then what I tend to do is just dab my finger over the edge, just to kind of pat away any excess and to merge the concealer into the powder, or the base into the powder, so there's not like a really distinct line between the powder and the base. Please excuse my nails. I basically have, I used a fake tan, and you know when it like stains your nails? So I need to paint them after this, so let's just do. So then for the lid colour, I'm going to go in with this orangey shimmer, and this is going to go on the centre of the eye. So I'm basically just going to press this on in kind of like patting motions, and also kind of swipe it at the same time, so that kind of really gets the colour on there. This look is actually really similar to a look I done a few years ago using this palette. And for some reason I didn't do a tutorial on it, but I put a picture up on my Instagram, and fun fact, it actually got reposted by Morphe, which was really cool. So I was kind of gutted that I didn't do a tutorial for it. So I thought there's no harm in creating a similar look to that look. It was a little bit more dramatic than this. I feel like style just naturally changes. I feel like I'm a bit more subtle, and that was like a cut crease as well. So I'm actually going to take it a little bit further than I thought I would. I'm going to kind of take it right to the inner part of the eye and swipe it over that line just to merge it so it's not like really harsh. So we're going to line the eyes now with this Morphe pencil called Date Night. This is a gorgeous burgundy colour, or burgundy plummy shade, and you just want to use the side of the pencil to just merge it or blend it into your lash line. And again, if you have your mirror slightly below your chin, it will just help you kind of get over your lashes. Whereas if you're trying to do it like that, it's a lot harder. So just kind of do little tiny motions. And then on the outer corner, I'm just going to lift it slightly. So it's a little bit thicker on the outer corner. And just merge that into the brown. And the good thing about a pencil, you can kind of get away with being a little bit messy, like you can't notice it too much. And you can just use a pencil brush just to soften that edge. And that is basically just going to act as a base for our next colour. So then next we just want to set that pencil in place and use this really deep dark plummy brown. So I'm just going to use that on a Morphe E43 brush to really stamp it on there. And then you can just go back in with your pencil brush and a little bit of that reddy colour and just kind of buff it over the edge so that way the line isn't too harsh. And I quite like using a reddy tone for this because it kind of creates that nice gradient. Just so you can see a little bit closer. So that is the pencil with the darker brown blended on top. So it's just created a really nice smoky, smudgy liner basically. So that is the difference between no liner. So you could just pop on mascara and leave it at that, or you can make it a little bit more dramatic. What do you want? You can't be up here, you're too big. You're too big. You make the white balance all funny. So for the eyes, I'm going to use that same pencil as before in my waterline.
Ooh, can I use your phone for the recipe, please?
Yeah, sure. You can re-download. And then use that same flat brush as before. Just to soften the edge. And then just smudge out the edge slightly. And I'm just going to stamp that colour underneath the pencil that we just smudged into the lower lash line. Just to kind of set it in place. And that pencil will also kind of intensify that burgundy colour. And I'm just ensuring I'm not taking it down too low because this look is a little bit more angled. I don't want to kind of blend it out or blow it out too far, but that is completely personal preference. Then next I'm going to blend it out with these two orange shades. So this one is kind of a little bit more muted, and then I'm going to mix a little bit of the brighter orange as well. Blend that in using a pencil brush. And this one is super pointed, so it just allows me to ensure that it's super precise and I'm not blending it down too far. Okay, so we're going to move on to lashes now. So the lashes I'm using are the Petite Lashes by PRIMA lashes. They look like this, so they're super natural. And I'm basically going to be layering 2 different lashes. I'm just going to pop this one on first. So basically kind of drop down in the middle and tuck the outer corner in just to ensure the length is where I want it. Then I just grab some tweezers. Just really tuck it in. Then, similar to my last tutorial, I'm gonna layer a half lash on top of the outer corner. Last time I just done half lashes on the outer part, but this time I'm putting like a really natural strip lash across the eye, and then I'm using some half lashes, also by PRIMA lashes. Is it PRIMA lashes? PRIMA lashes, and these are the half lashes by JESS. So I've just cut these in half even more. So although they are half lashes, my eyes are super tiny, so I have to cut them in half again and then use the shortest edge. And then I literally just drop the half lash on top. Just make sure it's kind of really on there. And then I have something super excited to use today, and it is the Balm's new highlighter called Let's Bolt. As you can see, it is this gorgeous gold shade, and it is pretty much perfect for this kind of eye look. It goes so nicely with the kind of sorry, I can't talk. And it goes so nicely with the kind of coppery, orangey kind of shade. So I thought this is the perfect look to use with it. So I was actually a part of this launch. I am on their website. My face is on their website with a video of me applying it and also wearing it as well. So that is super exciting. I feel like it's a proper milestone in my kind of YouTube career. And very weird. And I feel like it kind of came full circle because I don't know if you remember the iconic Mary Luminizer by the Balm. I mean, if you remember it, then you are a true makeup fanatic, because I feel like everyone had that highlighter pretty much. I mean, I've still got it. Mine is completely crushed. Look how cute. It's completely crushed, so I don't want to open it. This one is a little bit more gold compared to the Mary Luminizer, but I find this one you could probably get away with using it with quite a few different skin tones because it's not too light, but then it's not too gold for like my kind of skin, for anyone who's a little bit fairer. But it is so smooth. Like, it's not chunky or glittery. And then I'm going to pop a little bit on the brow bone as well, just to really finish off. Ooh, how nice. Finish off that eye. Okay, so moving on to lips, I'm going to go in with the STRIPDOWN lip liner by MAC. I'm going to draw, basically kind of fill it in and leave the centre free of colour. And then I'm going to go in with this liquid lip by Morphe in the shade Spicy. I don't know if it's going to be a little bit dark. Or I was going to try Lilota, I don't know how to say that, by KVD Beauty. I don't know. I'm not sure. This one is a little bit more peachy. I'm going to go in with the Morphe one. I could always lighten it in the centre with another colour if I wanted. Okay, so I am going to lighten it up just a touch because I still want to keep that kind of tone. Obviously you could go with a nude, and I really want to put a nude on, but I want this look to be a bit more kind of different to my other looks with just a orange eye and a nude lip. But yeah, I feel like it makes it so much more autumnal, and I hope you guys like it as well. Of course, you could go, but this lip colour is like autumn in a lipstick. So yeah, if you're looking for an autumnal lipstick, this is your colour. But yeah, that is pretty much the look finished. I really liked how this came out. I had no idea what I was going to do, and I just knew I wanted to do something autumnal, so I really hope you love it. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you are new here. Let me know what you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me in my next one. Bye!